And I would like to welcome you to our March school board meeting. And thank you for coming out. We appreciate it. We're cutting the heat down there, so your fingertips will not be frostbitten. Let's stand and get started and say our pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dorothy, do we have any public comments?
Yes, the arts teachers.
Okay. Timing is good.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is James Schaefer. I'm the theater arts teacher at Gates County High School. I represent the arts teachers here in the district. Behind me tonight are Lee Morgan and Carrie Steiner Wynn representing band music, Suzanne Newburn, Sherry Russell dance, myself theater, and not with us tonight, Trisha Lewis and John Long, visual arts learning with me tonight. Thank you guys so much for allowing us to speak to you tonight on the open session. The purpose for us coming to you tonight is to make you all aware of the concerns that we as a unified arts department across the district have. There are three main things that concern us the most: communication and our desire for it to improve, the positions that are being consolidated, the open positions, and the teacher rotation at the elementary school level, and funding for the arts. Based on the interest of time, we're going to look primarily at communication, as this is the most important issue to us at the moment. We'd like to ask the question: how do you, Board of Education, Superintendent, Administrative Team, members of the central office, plan to make the best decisions possible regarding the arts without including those who have the knowledge of the curriculum, the workload, etc.? That would be us here tonight. We believe that consulting us, the teachers of the arts programs, would allow you to make more fully informed decisions and create a culture of inclusion and mutual respect within the school system as it regards the arts programs. If we are asked to be accountable for our decision-making process, then there should also be transparency and inclusion in the decision-making process at all levels. So we would like to have a seat at the table and improve our accountability and transparency. We come tonight with a couple of solutions. First of all, we would like to ask if we could have a representative, a designated arts representative, to represent all of the arts teachers in the county. That would be a liaison between the board, superintendent, and principals, and the arts teachers to keep the communication open between the administration and the arts. We would also like to inform you that we meet monthly and that we would like to invite members of the board to our Arts in the District meeting so you can hear our concerns in more detail. Our next arts meeting at the bottom of the page, we plan to meet in the PAC at Gates County High School 2 weeks from today, Monday, March 25th at 4 p.m. It is in the spirit of the following quote by Miranda Carr that we wish to conclude. I think for any relationship to be successful, there needs to be loving communication, appreciation, and understanding. We would be happy to talk further, go into any specifics, and answer any questions that you have this evening. Thank you again so very much for the opportunity to speak with you all tonight.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Shepard.
Thank you, Mr. Schaefer.
That was one other lady who's not.
I need an approval for the minutes from the February 2024 regular board session meeting.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve the minutes from February 2024 regular session meeting.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Minutes approved. I need an approval of the agenda for our open session meeting.
I have a question. Are there any amendments to the agenda?
I do not believe there are any amendments to the agenda, the open session agenda.
If there's not any amendments, then Madam Chair, I make a motion we approve the agenda as stated.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Dr. Williams.
Okay, can you hear me? All right, good evening, everyone, to the March 11, 2024 board meeting, superintendent update. Lots of good news going on. Last time we had a board meeting, we weren't here, and it was Monday night, and I got a text message on my phone, could not answer it, because I had it on silent. But it was Superintendent Truitt of the Department of Public Instruction for DPI. That being said, I received probably the best Valentine's present you can get, because she ended up $4.6 million for us to repair and renovate Buckland Elementary School and T.S. Cooper Elementary School. That money will be, it's not split. I think that Buckland has a little 2.1, and I don't know the actual 1.7 for T.S. Cooper, but that money is for roofing, it's for energy efficient windows, it's for painting, it's for any plumbing, it's for anything that I had listed in the grant to make sure that we will get our schools renovated or new construction. So with every school that Gates County has, it will be either newly renovated, repaired, or newly construction. And I think that's great. That was a $4.62 million prize. Garrett Grant, I signed off on a $230,000 grant. And what that's for an increased academic readiness for our post-secondary education, for an increased graduation rate and participation in post-secondary education. It's going to increase student and family knowledge of post-secondary options, preparation, and finance. It also provides year 5 funding to deliver Gear Us college access and academic support services for students who 8 through 12 identified in Gear Up. I was able to come out here at Gatesville Elementary School, attended a ribbon cutting for our pre-K department. Nucor was the donor, proud donor of patio cover outside the playground. And staff were really excited, tickled to death, and Nucor was very much impressed with the structure that they built for our teachers and their students. On February the 24th, staff at Gates County High School, if you can remember, it was February 24th, 2022. And staff at Gates County High School saved a student's life by the training received using CPR and employing the AED. It's always good to remember, never forget the amazing positive things our employees do on just an ordinary day. I think I saw in the news in Hampton or Newport or somewhere up there that didn't happen. But so proud. I know the Board of Education is proud for the heroic act that everyone did at high school. Community college superintendent's meeting. I was involved in a meeting with community colleges and the state superintendent. What was really interesting, and I never thought that I would see this day, but go and watch the movie Spider-Man, and you're in the metaverse. The professor, his name is Stephen King, not the author, at UNC, he presented some technology in the metaverse. So at UNC, they have Apple Vision Pro Oculus Rift devices, and he has his classes. And the students are at home and they're sitting at their desk in a classroom, auditorium type seating. And student can walk down and he can have a conversation with that student. The most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. So I go up and I start talking to him and networking a little bit, maybe rubbing an elbow or two. $14,000 would require me to get around 40 Oculus Rift devices. Now, I don't know if you know what Oculus Rift is, but it's really cool when a student puts this piece of technology on, because they could be driving down the road, there's a car accident, and they have to perform CPR. Or there's an accident and they're in the swamp or somewhere where they have to survive. Students at UNC Chapel Hill are using this technology and have been using this technology where it is so real, sweat starts coming out from the students on making sure that they have to do something that's extremely life crucial. And it can be anything. It can be sports, it can be extracurricular activity. But I think just that piece, being in an operating room, in a legal case, being on top of a building, I think that is just really important for us to embrace that technology and be on the cutting edge of education, the trends and issues with technology. Just really excited. Lockdown drills. We continually with Mr. Wright, I don't know if back there he is. We continually, and this is led by Mr. Wright, does a really good job of making sure when we go into schools, we want the schools locked down. It's not a joke. It's not something, it's just routine that, you know, that we hope everybody will do. We're gonna let you know what's happening. No, this is important. And so what we plan to do is not give any notice. We'll pull up probably in April, May, could be any, and we want to make sure that our staff, our students knows how to, you know, engage and activate the safety measurements that Mr. Wright, all him, put into place. We've got new technology that helps us locate things that you wouldn't have had last year. So working real hard and like participation from each principal, how engaged they are. So that's really important. And I just think it's important for everybody to know that's what we're doing. I submitted my qualitative and quantitative capital project information to the office of Congressman Don Davis at his request. I got technology, $300,000, safety at $200,000, and for athletics, I got $3 million in the request budget. So I hope to be hearing from that. I may have to go to Washington DC at the end of the week and present this information to his office. And then the last thing, this is really cool. We have an area manager inspection. It's got an AMI. And the Navy National Defense Cadet Corps cadets are going to have that in the gym on March 14th. And so you have a big time Navy officer come up here and they're gonna watch everything that Chief Howard has taught our students. And so I think that's amazing. That last year we had one and they got high marks. It was a really good job. So that's big. And I'm sure coming up that we'll have some plays and some band programs and some things going on at the middle school and the high school that I really love going and attending. I think it's important for everyone sitting at this table, the community, everybody involved, getting together and working real hard. So that's my report. And
Ms. Bear, got some reports. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm out of line. Mr. Stephen Harrell, our financial director, is next.
Good evening, board. Good evening, everyone. In front of you tonight, you have your award summary report for the month. Our state spending is 67.32%. Our local is doing nicely, 59%. Our federal programs is 55.93%. Capital outlay is finishing up most of their projects, coming in at 93.67%. Child nutrition to 72%, daycare at 68%. Community center at 69%, and restricted local is at 69% as well. For a round figure at 65.7% of spending of our budget for the year. Do you have any questions?
Questions?
Anything in any of these numbers that concern you? No, sir. One or two of the programs, probably are running right at budget, but everything else. My local is looking good and our state spending is looking good, so. We're on course. I also have, one thing, to address the board. There's been a lot of talk in the community as far as the board and the finance department. A lot of talk of lack of transparency in past years with Gates County Board of Education and its finance department. While I cannot speak to everything that has happened in the past, I can speak to the capital reserve fund with the county and to the misinformation about what has transpired since the date of my employment, August the 1st, 2023. At the end of the 22-23 school year, Gates County Schools year-end fund balance was slated to be at $188,090. The proposed local planning budget for the 23-24 school year was to be $3,875,520. The county's allotment for the 23-24 school year was slated to be $2,988,000. With those amounts, that left a deficit of $699,430. Bear in mind, there are multiple ways to address such a shortfall. None of them are easy. Cutting hours and reducing staff were proposed. Bear in mind, again, this was never done. Thinking outside of the box, Dr. Williams and the Board of Education worked with the county manager and the county commissioners to secure funding through the county's capital reserve fund. This fund is set up as a reserve for capital outlay for the county and the school system. Under qualifying circumstances, these funds can be moved to general expenditure accounts to satisfy debts. This shortfall of funds represents one such qualifying circumstance. With all the legal paperwork done, $828,000 was transferred into the school's capital outlay account, which in turn was transferred into the local fund account. With this influx of cash, this raised the local fund balance to $1,016,090. This, in essence, has provided time for the school system to reduce expenses and consolidate where it needs to without cutting hours or reducing positions. As I've said before, this is not a painless process. And all the employees throughout the district have assumed the more roles. And to their credit, they have performed above and beyond with grace. To address the latter, transparency-wise, there's been a lot of misinformation regarding the finance department. To be clear, we are audited multiple times a year, checks and balances from the state. And at year's end, we're audited again by one of the state's top-rated firms. Let there be no mistake, we are held accountable throughout the year. Moving forward, all school districts in the future with declining student populations face the same task as Gates County Schools. Reducing expenses, consolidating where needed, and acquiring and maintaining certified teachers is a key component for all school districts. Being proactive in small school districts today is an essential part of educating the successful students of tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Now it's time to go over the mayor
Okay. First, I would like to sincerely thank the Arts Department for coming out tonight and representing yourself and coming before the board. I have gotten some emails, and definitely I do support the arts. And basically, I will fight hard for the Arts Department. I'm very supportive of the Arts Department too. So I just want to let you know that will be my interest, big-hearted in it, okay? And then the next thing I want to say is that, you know, Mr. Harold mentioned about the $828,000. That $828,000 did not come from the taxpayers or the expense of the taxpayers. That is money that was given to Gates County Schools for Capital Reserve Fund. And the only thing the commissioners did was give us approval to transfer that money from the Capital Reserve Fund over to operating fund. As far as attending and being very active, the last month I have not had that opportunity because I've been paying visits to and from Duke back and forth. Also, I would just like to let the board know that I would like to have the June meeting done over the internet. I will not be able to be here personally because I'm having surgery May the 28th. So I'm just letting the public know that too. Okay?
I say good evening to everyone. Thank you all for coming out. And we definitely have been hearing a lot about, no doubt, communication and collaboration. And the old saying goes, what you're not up on, you can be down on. So I really appreciate the band coming out and talking to us tonight as well. And Mr. Harold, thank you for making it clear. And I'm very happy that we're all being transparent. I mean, being able to talk to each other, and then be able to understand each other. And also, had a chance to go out to Buckland today, and I saw one of the retired teachers out there where she's back subbing, and she enjoys doing her work. And it was so exciting to see her back out. It's amazing that even though they retire, but they still come back and their time and effort to continue to help educate our children. My month, the last month was kind of busy itself. I hope I don't have a repeat this time. I left the last board meeting and got probably a half mile down the road and somebody ran into me. So I hope that don't happen. But thank you all for coming out, and also congratulations to Terry. She won also, right, being reelected. And I just want to say, let's keep working together, being open, honest with each other, talking to each other, and try to understand. I mean, not always agree, but we can sit back and listen to each other and try to understand where people are coming from.
First of all, Mr. Schaefer, thank you for the very good presentation. I wouldn't expect it anything less either. But I hope we can in fact see you representatives of the art department. When this starts getting iron out, very few people that get a art degree to make a living with it. It's not a great source of income. But I want you to understand that Ray Felton has missed many times the fact that I didn't take music or something. I got 3 left feet and can't sing, was 12 buckets in front of me. And enjoy listening to music, but don't know what I'm listening to. I went to a funeral at Joe on Sunday, and they had 2 opera songs, so I came home and Googled to get the lyrics of the song so I know what it was thinking about. I learned a whole lot. It was worth learning. But y'all are important, and I realize it, and I'm sure the rest of you. I can't say thank you enough to each of you for your support in the election. And I have my signs. They are deposited in my shop where I can put my hands on them in 4 years, and I look forward to the next 4 years, and I hope we make a lot of positive difference. Dr. Williams mentioned ocular rift. Don't we have some ocular rift programs in the schools now, Dr. Williams? Did we get them from about Sparrow?
No, I think about one.
Okay. So it's not the first time it's been heard. We heard it 3 or 4 years ago, 4 years ago at the state school board conference. And it was cutting edge then, and it's still cutting edge, and I'm thrilled to hear that we might be getting something out of that. That's worthwhile. I was at the pre-K dedication, and UCO, as they should have been, was very proud to have been a part of having Gates County Schools with that. And I was very proud to have been there to have seen the dedication. I know that Ms. Jordan is looking at teachers, and I've been in touch with my contact at Joe, who is putting feelers out with her students to get them to apply to Gates County Schools. So, a lot going on. Thank y'all for being here. Jerry, I look forward to working with you.
Good evening. Thank you all for coming tonight. To my arts department, thank you so much for coming up and standing out. As you all know, with my background, clearly I'm the champion in your department and in your corner. With the few months that I have left, I will be there holding the candle for the arts department. In other news, I've received uniforms that will be getting donated to Chief Howard for his program. I also attended the field trip to Jamestown with T.S. Cooper. And I'm looking forward to going to the zoo with my 6-year-old in April. I'm going to be a Girls on the Run coach this spring session, which I'm super, super excited about. Also in the community, the dance studio had master classes that were open to the community and students. We had one teacher that came from New York, who had been on Broadway, was able to come down and teach the students part of the show that she was in, which was phenomenal. We also had, most recently this past weekend, master classes on Saturday, and then we had our annual gala that evening. At the gala, some of our students that are, for clarification, that are enrolled in Gates County Schools are also enrolled at the dance studio. We had emerging and budding choreographers who were able to come out and perform choreography that they did themselves and pick their music and edit it and everything. Our 2 emerging choreographers for our seniors were able to announce that one will be attending ECU for dance in the fall, and our other is going to be attending Dean College for dance in the honors program that have been awarded the $31,000 in scholarships to school, which is super, super exciting. Also announced that night was some of our students that were invited to go on Demi Point next season. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. So I want to go ahead and say thank you, everybody, for the support for the last 4 years. Congratulations to Ray and Miss Terry. I know y'all are going to continue to do the great things for Gates County Schools, but with that being said, for the last few months that I have left, Madam Chair, I would like to request a work session to continue moving forward with some improvements for the. That's it. Thank you.
Also, Hardak, let me first give you an invitation. Remember, on March 23rd at 3 o'clock, everyone is invited to attend the Gates County Historical Society's dedication of the historic marker that's honoring T.S. Cooper that will be put into the lawn there at T.S. Cooper School. And there's going to be short reception afterwards, correct? So please try and come. It's a really pretty significant thing that we've gotten this, and we're really proud of it. We want to honor T.S. Cooper and Mr. T.S. Cooper and the T.S. Cooper School. That may be all I have. It's been cold and rainy. What I will tell you is I did mark down March the 25th, 4 o'clock p.m. But at 8:30 that morning, I have a root canal. And at 10 o'clock, I have a budget meeting, so I'll do my best. I don't know which is going to be more fun, budget or root canal. So that's all that I have. But again, thank you for coming. And I want to say publicly that we are so blessed to have our new financial director with us. He has no problem with looking at one of us when we say, oh, we want to do such and such. He has no problem and very much tact saying, I'm sorry, but you can't do that right now. So please know that we are in good shape with him and, you know, hats off and we're glad you're with us.
Madam Chair, what time did you say March the 23rd?
3 o'clock.
3:00.
3 o'clock. TS Cooper.
That's a Saturday.
That is a Saturday. It's not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. And I believe this Saturday, Miss Lovey, don't y'all have a spring fling going on at TS Cooper? Yeah. 9 until 12. And if somebody correct me if I'm wrong, we have Special Olympics from 12 until 4 on that day. Check with somebody at your school because I think that's right, but I'm not 100% correct. Okay, so what did you say, 9 until 2? 12. 9 until 12 spring fling at TS Cooper, 12 until 4 Special Olympics, and that is going to be a community center.
That's the 16th, isn't it?
That is the Saturday. Oh, yes, it's the Saturday. They're both. I gave that to the final, yeah, we've got the approvals to do. I give my card to the paper, folks, there with. I need a motion for the approval of the superintendent's personnel recommendations and reports to the closed session agenda, including number 8 and number 9 that were added.
Chair, I believe we move items 1 through 9, personnel recommendations.
Second.
Closed session agenda.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Oh, fail. Oh, any opposed? Motion carried. I don't know which one I was gonna hit the first. Okay, I need a motion for the approval of the business consent agenda.
Madam Chair, I have a question before we approve it. Maybe it's a dumb question, but
No questions.
I noticed that the, travel voucher form had been changed. And it doesn't include chaperones on it. I'm assuming everybody has chaperones with it, but the board doesn't know that. Is that something that was just left out? It's across the board.
I'm looking at my page.
4 through 6?
I know they weren't on the old,
Right, I know they weren't, but
so
something came with it. With the new form, it was within the minutes. I'm just looking for a safety concern.
That's something that we can easily update.
Do I?
We'll just take a note and we can update on that.
Okay. And then I have one other question for Ms. Jordan. I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but can you kind of update us on the summer program?
The information that was presented to the board for approval was for the summer remediation program that was at the end of June. So I met with administration, at each school to look at what our summer calendar would look like for that program. That is from the last, day of school through June 30th, kind of the window of time. And that, group and I came up with 5 days for summer school. I don't have those dates in front of me, but summer school will be 5 consecutive days per student with testing on the following Monday and Tuesday. And staff will have days, for preparation on that Thursday and Friday, after the last official, work day for the calendar year.
Thank you. I don't have any other questions.
Any other questions? You'll have a motion to approve.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve the consent agenda items.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Other businesses to set a date, time, and location for the March 24th board meeting, the April board meeting. first week we're out of school for, right? Correct? So then the second Tuesday would be, Monday the eighth, I think the second Monday would be Monday the eighth. Okay, so we're gonna look at Monday the fifteenth, which is tax day. Does that mean everybody's approval? March fifteenth,
April.
pardon,
You mean April?
April.
April fifteenth. Do we want to location? The time for closed session, time for open session.
Madam Chair, can we do closed session at 5 and open at 6? Here.
At Gatesville School.
Yes. Do we, at this point, need to go ahead and set a date for the work session? Yes, please. Is it all right to have the work session in the morning, or would you rather have it in the evening? Morning, okay? Would we want to do that second week in April? Anybody have any conflicts during that first week, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th? A preference? Or
Well, what's your vote?
would you like to do it on Thursday, the 11th at 9 o'clock at the Milcon?
That's fine with me.
Okay, so let's check those 2 dates. Get March 15th, 5 o'clock close.
April
April the 15th.
Stuck on March.
April the 15th.
April the 15th and April the 11th, 9 o'clock work session. April the 15th. 5 o'clock close, 6 o'clock open. I believe I need a motion to close.
I have one other thing. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Madam Chair, I just wanted to remind us that March the 26th and 27th, we will have master board training. Is that still on board? Okay, and then my last question is for Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, how is the YouTube thing coming?
The first video is posted, one from February is posted. It took me a little while to work out the kinks,
Okay.
but it's posted, and then this one should be posted in the next couple of days.
Gotcha. Sounds good.
It's under the school board on the website, and it's also a link off the shortcuts on the main page. And
Gotcha.
Click on it, it takes you to the YouTube channel.
Gotcha.
Comments have been disabled, so it's basically you get on, watch the video, that's about all you can do.
Right. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I don't have anything else, Madam Chair.
May I have a motion for us to adjourn?
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. All opposed. Motion carries. Thank you again for coming. We appreciate it.